Hello, guys, and welcome back to Grim Takes. I'm your host, Grim, and hopefully, this video does not get blocked. I've been putting out content every day for the last week, after having some instability for a little while, and I've had 3 of my last 4 videos get blocked. So I'm really sorry, guys. It sucks for me because it's hard work that ends up really going down the drain, but it also sucks for you guys because then you guys don't end up getting any content, and that's not cool. But today you're getting content as long as this doesn't get blocked. So, a couple of videos ago, I believe it was on a Megadeth video. One of the commenters let me know that I should react to some Tool. I should do some Tool content if I really want to get like a good following and be a good way to grow my channel. Now, as much as I think that is a wonderful idea, and I hopefully agree with whatever commenter left that, um, I know Tool. I know Tool really well. I know all the albums pretty much front to back. So there's really nothing out there for me to react to. I'm a big fan. I'm also a significantly decent fan of A Perfect Circle. I don't know all of A Perfect Circle's content, but I know a little bit here and there. They're a great act. Maynard is obviously just a very talented musician, a very talented person to begin with, and everything he touches ends up being pretty absolute gold. So I'm expecting good things with this. This is their new song. I believe it's called Starless. Yes. And I didn't even know it was coming. I just scrolled through my YouTube music today. I was like, there's got to be something new out there I can react to. And it's the first thing that popped up. And I'm excited to hear it. So let's just roll right into it. A Perfect Circle, Starless, play. Oh, my YouTube is on mute, guys. We are not playing anything. All right, play. A little bit different for them. This is different. Immediately opening up, I think this is really cool, actually. I've been listening to a lot of 80s stuff because I haven't listened to a lot of it. I did some Iron Maiden. First time I ever listened to Iron Maiden. I uploaded that, it got blocked. That sucks. I did some Megadeth, obviously, last week. This sounds very 80s-ish right off the rip. It kind of sounds like what I've been listening to, so that's kind of cool. But the further we dive into the song, the more I feel like a little bit of the distortion is kind of going away. We're getting a little bit more of a cleaner instrumentation, which is kind of what I expect out of A Perfect Circle. They tend to have very clean instrumentals, although they do a lot of really chaotic things. I don't know if they play with polyrhythms and whatnot. I'm not that much of a music geek. I couldn't tell you, but I know it sounds cool as shit. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I like the way the instruments sound right here. It still sounds like A Perfect Circle, but it's definitely a new angle for them, and I always love a little experimentation. Everything's mixed really well too. It just sounds crisp. Like every drum hit and cymbal crash is crisp. I like it. I feel a drop coming and a shift in energy. This sounds right out of 2003, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm definitely looking at some lyrics as soon as we're done watching the video. I need to experience this before. I'm excited to go over these lyrics. Thank you for the music choices. I like this visual too. Guy's burning alive. He just keeps going. He just keeps walking. There's no other option. Relates a lot to what I'm hearing I've been waiting for him to hit that Find My Way for so long. Wow. What an experience. The return. No, Spirit Box. I love that song, but that's not what we're here for today. Wow. Okay. That was a perfect moment. Starless. Give me just one moment here. I'm going to pull up lyrics before I say anything. Okay, we're back. So we got lyrics here. Let's read through them together real quick. Why not? Power hungry, cold authority, looking out for me, so they keep telling me, reaching constantly to ignore empathy. It's a debility. Might makes right, you see. That poison worm doesn't end. Gonna end up under my skin, yield and bend the knee. I'll become the enemy. Where am I going and how did I get here? How did I get here and how do I get back? Where am I going and how do I find my way? Find my way, blah, blah, blah. Fabricated darkness has me, fight or flight, my turn of mind, lost in all the lies and madness. Horror has me acting blind, seeking, begging, imploring. I wake up to the Lord of Light. Surely reason will survive this. Curable sickness. Isn't this? Isn't this? Wow. I mean, what feels obvious, and I could be completely wrong. Hey, we're talking about Starless. Starless is the name of the song, right? And it's just a general kind of commentary on modern society, probably particularly here in America, and how we have. Um, I mean, the reality, right? Whether you believe it or not, I'm sorry to break it to you, dude. The reality is that we are. Go away, Amazon ad. We are run by power hungry, cold authorities that always tell us that they're looking out for us. They know what's best for us, and most of the time that's just not the case. Unfortunately, it is kind of easy. The more you learn about psychology and how people work, um, how we kind of function as a species, the more you kind of understand how hive mind stuff happens and how we've gotten to this point as a society to begin with. Majority of people out there are not true leaders. Majority of people out there are followers, and they need something to follow. And unfortunately, more often than not, the wrong people end up in power, and the wrong people give them something to follow. And it ends up most of the time being more words than an actual thing that they're following. You know what I mean? These people don't actually do the things that their followers believe they're doing, whether it's people who are dedicated to President Trump, people who are dedicated to some other political figure they adore. Even as far as like in Hollywood, you know what I mean? I mean, we've seen it in music for a long time, obviously, right? I remember growing up listening to System of a Down back in the day, talking about all the things they saw in Hollywood and some of their music, and you knew Hollywood wasn't all it was kind of painted to be in reality, but it is still a thing that is used as a tool to make money off of people who don't really, you know, have anywhere else to go and can be taken advantage of. As well as, in early Slipknot works. One of my favorite Slipknot songs ever is Eyeless, and even back then in the 90s, they were talking about you can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes. And if you really like think about it and you study Marlon Brando and kind of try to figure out what lens they were writing with when they chose that line for the song, you kind of can see the angle of you can't really become something in Hollywood, and you can't really become this big important thing in this magical place without everything else around you falling apart, without neglecting the things around you, which is kind of how you can view Marlon Brando's life through a certain lens when you look at how his family interactions went and some other just kind of bits and pieces. I'm not going to go into full detail. I don't like have the full Marlon Brando catalog up here. I just know, growing up, I was interested in the song, so I looked into the song to try and figure out the angle. And this stuff has been in the music forever, man. Even so, it's not shocking. It's no longer as like when Tool and Marilyn Manson and all those big anti-power bands were first establishing in the late 90s, early 2000s, even back in the 80s. It was shocking back then, and it was like, whoa, can you say that? It's not shocking when music comes out like this anymore. It's starting to get to a point where it's almost sad when a song comes out like this, because it's kind of like we already have a whole catalog, a deep catalog of music that tells us what humanity is actually experiencing. You know what I mean? You can talk about what's going on in the limelight all you want. You can talk about what life was like for your family growing up all you want. You can talk about, well, people should do this and the people who aren't doing this aren't going to succeed and blah, 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 this, that, all you want. You can find every excuse in the world possible to put another person down in order to validate your own life and validate your own experiences and validate why you choose to do the things that you choose to do. Um, because at the end of the day, wow, this is quite the rant. At the end of the day, if we've learned anything from the fact that music like this is still coming out today, what we have learned is the people in power don't actually care about the humanity. The people in power are the people who are going to make those mistakes because no singular individual in a world as big as we have today has the right to decide how another person should live, do, act, feel, think. Um, the very idea of a president is so belligerently foolish in a modern age. You know what I mean? Um, but but yet it's the world we live in, and it's tough, man. This was a really cool song. I know I've gone a little bit too deep probably into the ooh, what was this song about? But it was fun. It was nice. I really like a lot of the artistry within the song. I really like a lot of the instrumentals within the song. There's no particular guitar part that I can pick out and say, "Ooh, that was my favorite." But I love the fills throughout this song on the drums, and I just loved how crisp the mix sounded as a whole. It was presented really well. As a whole, I'm probably gonna give the song. Let's shoot for a 9 out of 10 because A, Maynard James Keenan favoritism, and B, um, it was just a good song, man. It was fun. Every time I put on New Tool or Perfect Circle or any band, right, that has set the standard that high, it's scary to hear something new and see, oh, do they still have it or is this gonna suck? This does not suck. This is fun. Yeah, wow. Thought provoking song, obviously. So I'm sure you guys have all your own thoughts as well. Please, share them with me down in the comments below. When I have time, I will sit down and get back to as many of you as I possibly can that share your stories. Always makes my day. I'd be sitting here a lot of the time, and all of a sudden I get a little pop up on my phone, and it's like someone commenting and sharing their experiences with me, something that they link to this song that might relate to something I said throughout the video. And that really touches my heart, man. That really makes my day. So I appreciate you guys that take the time out of your day to do that. Yeah. Until next time, this has been Grim Takes. I'm Grim.